What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Thursday, April 13th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 5-game MLB slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. I think you can save some salary here. Take a look at Chris Bassitt, pitching against a low salary batting team, the Detroit Tigers. Chris Bassitt only giving up a .587 OPS versus righties, facing 4 righties. Now the Tigers have only hit 3 of his last 16 pitches. That's a 188 batting average. So Chris Bassitt is $7,300 FanDuel salary, $900 more on DraftKings. Averaged 34 fantasy points per game on the season last year. That is the highest on the slate, despite being what I think is underpriced here tonight. He had an ERA of 3.42. Record was 15-9, pitching an average of 96 pitches per game. So he's sitting here at $7,300 FanDuel salary with a fantastic matchup. So I like Chris Bassitt here versus the Detroit Tigers. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. I got a lot of value for you here, so go ahead and pick your studs wherever you want them. So a value play I have here is Alejandro Kirk, and he's got a 6% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Spencer Turnbull. Alejandro Kirk, he's batting a .796 OPS versus righties, and there's no at-bats versus Turnbull yet. Alejandro Kirk, he's only $2,700 FanDuel salary, $1,300 more on DraftKings, averaged 9 fantasy points per game on the season last year, has a batting average of .285, and he scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. So I like Alejandro Kirk here versus Spencer Turnbull. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Tyler Stevenson looks pretty good here, facing Bailey Falter. He's only $2,600 FanDuel salary, $1,600 more on DraftKings. Averaged 10 fantasy points per game on the season last year. He's got good splits here tonight. And he has a batting average of .319. Scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. So I also like Tyler Stevenson here versus Bailey Falter. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. Here's a super value play. He's got great splits. Take a look at Rodolfo Castro with a 52% batting advantage over Jordan Montgomery. Rodolfo Castro batting 29% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .906 OPS versus lefties. Jordan Montgomery pitching his worst ball versus switch hitters, 23% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .747 OPS versus switch hitters. So fantastic splits here. Now he is 0 for 3 versus Montgomery, but he's only $2,200 FanDuel salary, $800 more on DraftKings. Averaged 8 fantasy points per game on the season last year. Scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. has a batting average of .233. So I like Rodolfo Castro here versus Jordan Montgomery. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. Now we are waiting for the pitcher here with this pick at the time of recording at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I wouldn't worry about it because Manny Machado, he bats pretty well versus lefty and righties. He bats a .854 OPS versus lefties, a .914 OPS versus righty pitchers. He's 3,200 FanDuel salary. He averaged 12 fantasy points per game on the season last year. Had a batting average of .298. So I like Manny Machado here versus whatever pitcher is going to come up later in the day.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. So here's a stud pick. I like Trey Turner. I used to call him Tria Turner. That was embarrassing, but you guys know that I can't pronounce names very well, but that was a bad one. Tria. It is Trey Turner, and he's got a 66% batting advantage over Nick Lodolo. Trey Turner batting 12% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .886 OPS versus lefties. Nick Lodolo, he's pitching 54% worse to righties as he does lefties, giving up a .771 OPS versus righties. Now, Trey Turner is 0 for 2 here versus Lodolo. He's 3,500 FanDuel salary, averaged 12 fantasy points per game on the season last year, had a batting average of .298. So I like Trey Turner here versus Nick Lodolo. Okay, moving on to the center position. Moving on to the outfield position. So home run hitter, of course, I like Aaron Judge. Who doesn't like Aaron Judge as a home run hitter? It remains to be seen if he's going to have the season he did last year. But he is by far the best batting stud on the slate here tonight. So with all these value plays, you could fit in Aaron Judge. You could also fit in a stud like George Springer, who is batting against a low salary pitcher, Spencer Turnbull. George Springer, he bats his best ball versus righty batters, batting a .821 OPS versus righties. He is 1 for 2 versus Turnbull. That one hit was a home run. He's 3,700 FanDuel salary, 1,600 more on DraftKings. Averaged 12 fantasy points per game on the season last year. He's been on fire, scoring fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. Hasn't scored under 10 fantasy points in his last 4 games. Has a batting average of .267. So I like George Springer here versus Spencer Turnbull.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.